Well, as we approach the end of September, it's time to put up the fall decorations, right? Unless you're one of those crazy people that's already done it. Anyway, this is for people caring for somebody with dementia, maybe some other cognitive issues. I'm only mostly familiar with dementia, so that's what I talk about. When you decide to decorate for Halloween, and I love decorating for Halloween, if you've got somebody living with you or who comes and spends time in your home who's got dementia, be very careful on your choices. Now, this is, it's pretty, doesn't light up. It does have a fake pumpkin right here, but that's about it. I don't think it looks like food. Be careful that you have things that look edible, because you don't want your loved one taking a chomp out of like a fake apple. Be careful with things that are spooky, scary looking, because their brain isn't processing what they're seeing the same way we do. So we have to be careful that we don't freak them out, because Lord, we don't need them freaking out on us randomly on a Tuesday afternoon. Also be careful about lit candles. That's pretty obvious, but you want to be careful with things like dim lighting. We're getting to the time of year where it gets darker earlier. Not a fan. Solar charged. Make sure you be careful of things that can be tripping hazards. All of this is super obvious until you haven't had to deal with it. I always like to do spooky elegance, so spiders, lights, and my mom loved Halloween, so we never really had an issue. But for somebody who's kind of, okay on Halloween, or they like the cute kid stuff but not the spooky, scary stuff, if you add things that are even somewhat scary, even if they're kind of cute, scary, it might upset them, and they may not even react to the item that you've put out. I have these ghost candles that I absolutely love. It just might make them feel agitated, restless, a little nervous, like, oof, I don't want to go in that room. They got weird stuff in there. And you might be like, what the heck? Like, they've always sat in the living room, like, what's going on? And it might not dawn on you what's going on for days, or until maybe you hear a video like this. So watch what you're putting out for decorations, because you want to enjoy the fall holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, birthdays in my household, Christmas, all of the things, but you don't want to trigger agitation, concern, worry, and all that other negative stuff. So just kind of give it a second look before you put it out and ask yourself, could this look a little weird to somebody with dementia? I bet you'll find yourself making really great choices.